Catch too soon ain't all there. Why don't you ride on my side of the tracks? If there's lesson to be learned, I'd rather get my damn words in first.
I can still remember the day I received the letter in Hong Kong from Northeastern telling me that I had the opportunity to spend my first semester abroad in Greece. I was on my way home from school after my mock exams, and it was the spark of my week. It was a chance for me to touch base with my roots again. Originally, I'm half French and half Greek. Although I've lived in France before, I've never lived in Greece. I even have family there that I hadn't seen in the longest time. It was a new opportunity for me to seize. I come from a family that moves from one country to the next every 4 years or so. I've lived in a total of 4 different countries, including France, Singapore, Hong Kong, and the States. Meeting people with different cultural backgrounds is something I've always enjoyed. And Greece was my next stop. I couldn't wait. Thessaloniki was the college town of Greece. It's a lively city with good vibes coming from every street corner. I've never felt so safe and relaxed in a European city before. There tends to always be a shady part within the city, but not in Thessaloniki. Over the past 3 months, I've had countless encounters with the local community, and they greet you as their own. They are just as curious about the life I live back at home as I am with theirs. I have made a circle of Greek relationships that I want to upkeep upon my arrival to Boston campus in January. Some with just locals I met while out at Valeritos, a part of town that comes to life in the evening, and others with the kids I worked with during my service learning. What an exceptional experience. I was a teacher's assistant along with my service partner for a pottery class. I had never done pottery before in my life, nor have I enjoyed spending time with a class of 7 to 13-year-olds before this point. Just like my little brother when he was 12, the questions are endless. But I've come to enjoy sharing my story with the students of the class and learning more about them and their lives, how they do things differently in this country. What surprised me the most was their English level. It was about 10 times better than my Greek will ever be, more than one would expect. I also met people all over the Balkan states at Anatolia, as the Greeks would call it. It was yet another friendly community, but quite international, with study abroad students from different universities as well. There are so many different and interesting people to meet, the possibilities are endless. I must say that having a modern Greek class made my day every day, just because my grandparents never had the opportunity to pass on the Greek they knew to my dad, and therefore I never had the chance to learn Greek as a 4th language. But living in the Greek community and at the time having a great Greek teacher allowed me to catch on rather quickly to the language. Nonetheless, all my teachers were great and friendly people who wanted us to do well and succeed in life. But being in Greece wasn't all about school. It was also about being in the center of Europe and being close to so many different destinations. Through the mountains of Delphi and to the top of the Athens at the Acropolis, there were countless wonders to see. I had been to Greece before, but it was never really for the sightseeing and the history behind the nation. It was a new and fun perspective on the country that gave birth to my dad's side of the family. Even in Greek art, we got to explore the evolution of art through the ages. When taking a second to understand that pottery and art made back in the day, it's quite amazing to see how we've evolved as a species, because it talks about my history as well, way back in the day. I loved this semester in Greece. It was unbelievable, filled with unforgettable memories of the bros, the staff, as well as the program in general. It was the youth hub of Greece. Why wouldn't anybody want to come? I will miss you, Thessaloniki.